It's me, TT Leia. Last episode, I talked about my experience as a low-income student during the coronavirus pandemic. It was definitely a challenging semester, but I'm really proud that all my hard work paid off. And I've got my eyes on the next big project, college applications. So wish me luck. In this episode, we're going to hear from Toli Bagum, a recently graduated senior from the Bronx, who was going through the college process when the pandemic began. It's really a heartwarming story, and I can't wait for you to hear it. Take it away, Toli.
As we all know that the college decision deadline is getting closer.
That's me. On Tuesday, March 31st. I had emailed some of the colleges I had applied to regarding my application status.
So they replied back to me requesting to provide my full name, date of birth, and EMPLID to further assist me.
I know my name, I also know my date of birth, but I don't know what my EMPLID is. I don't even know where to find it. However, in this battle of confusion after creating a CUNY First account, I was finally able to see all my application status because it turns out that another name for EMPLID is CUNY First ID.
Dear Office of Admission, thank you for the help.
Okay, so what was the point of having 11 email conversations with strangers when I could have just walked down the hallway and shown my college counselor what I needed help with? But I couldn't. Ever since school closed due to the pandemic, communicating with my college counselor has become really difficult. I can't run to her office anymore to show her what I'm struggling with. Now it's more like having millions of conversations in one day and figuring out things in hard ways. This college process is also harder for me because I'm an immigrant. I'll be the first one from my family to attend college and earn a bachelor degree in the US. That was me, asking my mother if I should put the leftover curries in the fridge. My mother is old, and I come from a community where you're taught to take care of your family and be there for others. So every day I help her cut vegetables, cook rice, and basically take care of anything related to the kitchen. After moving to the United States from Bangladesh, we have always spoken Bangla in our home. And yes, I was talking to my mom in Bangla. The language Bangla is also known as Bengali, and it's the official language spoken in Bangladesh, where I lived till the age of 14. According to the Department of Education, in the 2018 to 2019 school year, there were more than 150,000 English language learners in New York City's public school. And I imagine many of them are struggling just like me.
It just got little I don't know, how to explain it with the English words. It got really difficult to manage. You got emails from colleges and you really get confused about where to apply.
That's my best friend, Rabia Sultana. We both go to Bronx Bridges High School, where 100% of the students are English language learners. There are 324 kids, and all of them are immigrants. Where most students apply to 7 to 10 colleges, I had to make it harder for myself by applying to 26 colleges. But personally, it was important for me to apply to that many colleges because I wanted to have as many options as possible. Now, 26 applications can be overwhelming for an individual who doesn't even know where to look for her CUNY application status. And again, that's me. My journey is not just hard, but unimaginably difficult.
I try to ask every question I have in my head, but I don't feel like it is same as being front of her discussing or every thought.
Rabea and I always sit together in class, and we actually worked on our applications together. Like me, she has also applied to 26 colleges. Since the pandemic hit, both of us have been struggling to keep up with all the forms and deadlines. I'm used to struggling in my life though. For the past 4 years of high school, I rarely received help from my family regarding school decisions. It was not that my family did not want to make decisions for me, but it was that they couldn't help me even if they wanted to, due to the language barrier. So me and my best friends have always relied upon adults from our school to help us. But they have their own challenges too.
I'm a mom, and I'm also a college counselor, and usually I can separate those two roles pretty neatly.
This is my college counselor, Mrs. Solinger.
But since we've gone to remote learning, I'm a mom and a counselor at the same time.
I understand where Mrs. Solinger is coming from. Imagine handling a senior class with average of 80 to 90 students at the same time having to help 2 elementary school kids with online classes.
One time we tried to have everybody create a CUNY First account at the same time, and nobody could figure it out.
Online communication is painful, especially for immigrant students, because most of our conversation gets done through the help of our body language.
It's harder to reach somebody when they're over the phone.
Or with the help of visual presentation.
But things that would be easier if you're in person, you can just go to their computer, see what the problem is.
But when life gives you a lemon, you make lemonade out of it. I couldn't sit in front of Mrs. Solinger, but I could help myself using the resource and creativity I have. I decided to make a list of my 26 goals in my diary. I ended up separating them into categories like accepted, not interested, rejected. I got rejected to 15 out of 26 colleges, which is not bad. And that actually led me to narrow down the list of my 26 schools to only 3 schools to decide from. So let's call my top 3 choices School A, School B, and School C. School A going to a private school in upstate, and School B staying near my family at a private school in New York City. And School C was just there as a safety school. I had pretty much decided that I would attend School A in upstate. I wasn't so sure about School B because I didn't know how much financial aid I would receive. Usually you hear back from college admission office around the end of March and beginning of April, and you have almost a month to decide. However, this was not the case for me. At this point I was so mad. I was just so mad the fact that I couldn't even decide anything at this point. It's May 1st. That's me. The morning of May 1st, frustrated for not being able to make a decision because I had still not received my financial letter from School B. I didn't even know that I got into School B until April 27th.
You have reached financial aid in the Office of Student Financial Services.
But then it came. I literally received my financial letter from School B on May 1st, and I had to decide by 12 hours, because if I didn't submit my deposit on May 1st, I could lose my spot from all 3 schools. Luckily, I knew how to read financial aid letters, and so within an hour, I was able to save my spot. Now, we cannot blame it on anyone because due to the pandemic, I was not able to provide some documents to the admission office on time. Hence, I had to face delay. But ultimately, I decided on plan B because primarily I wanted to live with my family in New York City. How can I not realize that going away meant not having the soft touch of my mother's hand and the smell of the delicious meal she would prepare every day? Most importantly, I would not have my father being my laundry buddy. This is me talking to my father in Bangla at the laundromat. After all, my parents don't speak in English, and they're not in proper health. I have to be there for them anytime they need my help. Imagine if something unexpected happens to my parents, and they have to call 911. It'll be harder for them to get the help ASAP because they can't speak in English. Now, if I'm here with them, we can get help faster by not having to waste time for the interpreter as my parents would. The pandemic might have made communication a lot harder than it was before, but think about it. Everything happens for a reason, and I won't lie, I have learned many things due to this pandemic. I learned to value family and the help I get from my school adults. I learned to make my own schedule, create strategies to help me achieve success. Most importantly, I learned to be comfortable with online communication and not to panic when someone asks for my input. I mean, in college, I will have similar experience to get through. It won't be easy, but at least I won't be overwhelmed. Thanks to my college counselor, Mrs. Solinger, and my other teachers for their contribution, I have made a decision that brightens my heart with joy. As a part of the class of 2020, I am ready for anything.
Once again, that was Toli Bagum. Toli wrote and reported the episodes with editing production support from Mira Gordon, Jayati Vora, and Taylor McGraw. Miseducation is a program of the Bell in partnership with the Hechinger Report. Support comes from the Pickerton Foundation, the Summerfield Foundation, and FJC. Make sure you subscribe to Miseducation on the podcast app and follow us on Twitter and Instagram on Miseducation Pod. My name is Titi Leo Lugo, and I can't wait for you all to hear the other stories this season on Miseducation. That's all for now. Titi signing off.